In this video, we're going to talk about what you should do if you miss a criminal court date in Indiana, and what to do in the situation if you have a warrant for your arrest. About me, my name's Nathan Vining. I'm a criminal defense attorney in Indiana, and I regularly help people in this exact kind of situation. We file a motion to recall warrant and then try and approach the court to resolve the situation. Follow along, and we should be able to help you if you've been involved in this kind of situation. Why court dates matter. They're very important. You don't want to miss one, because if you don't appear for one, the court could issue a warrant for your arrest. And what that means is the court would put out a warrant, the sheriff would come and try and find you, and then you'd be pulled in, and you would have to sit it out until you have a court date, and then you can address the reason for why you missed the court date. Sometimes they may revoke bond and say you have to sit it out until the case is resolved. Other times you can convince the judge that you deserve a second shot, or there was a legitimate reason you missed the court date, and you should be re-released and then be able to attend all future court hearings going forward. Ultimately, court dates matter because if you miss it, you can have some serious consequences. The bench warrant, your bail could be forfeited, and it can actually even be its own charge on its own if you miss a court date. Can you fix a situation? That is a big question, and we get that question a lot. And it is one of those things, if you have a good reason, a lot of times you can fix a situation. So what you should do is definitely contact your attorney. What your attorney can do is file a motion to recall the warrant. In this, we outline a little bit of the history of the case, the reasons why you missed court or what happened. Sometimes there was a lack of notice, sometimes there may be a medical emergency, sometimes there's a work issue, or you just got the day wrong. Ultimately, being honest here is the best approach, and let the court know what happened and why it's not going to happen again, and that will help make a compelling motion to recall the warrant. And then from there, the court will rule on it, typically without a hearing, and then either recall the warrant or deny it. If they deny it, what we would then do is typically call the court and see if we can arrange for what's known as a surrender, where we would try and find a time period with the courts open where we can go in and address the warrant, surrender yourself to the judge in open court, so that way you can talk to the judge rather than going to jail first and sitting and waiting to be brought for court, because sometimes it can take a couple days to be brought into court. Or if you're arrested in a different county, sometimes the other county has to transport you to the county where your charge is, and you can have a lot of delay. So a lot of times what's best is, if the motion to recall the warrant's denied, is to then go in and try and negotiate the surrender. And then if that's not possible, what you have to do is just surrender yourself on the open warrant. So if there's a warrant for your arrest, ultimately you have to surrender. It's just a matter of, do you want to take the step of trying to recall the warrant or doing a surrender open court first. There's a lot of things you can do to prevent court dates. Establish a good relationship with your attorney. When you go to court, write it down. Usually they send you with a note that involves when the next court date is, and keep your contact information updated both with your attorney and the courts. And what you may not know is that we have a website here in Indiana. It's mycase.in.gov. Here you can go in, you can see all the filings in your case, as well as when the next court date is. Here's a screenshot of it. You could go and search by your name and then know what's going on in your case. So if you need help with a missed court date, don't let it escalate. If you wait too long, it really hurts your chances of getting a successful outcome in the motion to recall warrant, or even if you surrender. So contact an attorney and try and resolve the situation efficiently. So if you're in this situation, feel free to give me a call. It's something I have a lot of experience with. I can help answer your questions and see what we can do for you. So here's my number. Give me a call or text me.